My torch.
Oh,
Can you grab the torch? I'm worried about mobs.
Yeah. Don't want them spawning in.
Yeah, exactly, man. Boom, we're safe now.
Dude,
Except from creepers.
Jake brought up Dementors earlier. Scary. Very scary. The design of the Dementors in the Harry Potter films, really good.
Simplistic, but very effective.
And that's something that's totally missing from the Fantastic Beasts franchise. Did you see any of those movies?
I haven't. I've been meaning to, but...
I caught the first one, was not impressed at all. I can tell it takes place in the Harry Potter universe, but...
Because they use wands.
Yeah, but none of the appeal seems to be there. I don't know what people like about the Fantastic Beasts films. I
think the appeal is that it's in the Harry Potter universe.
Yeah, they take place like 60, 70 years prior to when Harry Potter's alive.
Right.
Okay.
So it's taking place in like the 1920s.
Okay.
It's an interesting concept.
When did these movies come out? I didn't even hear about them.
More recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe like 5 years ago.
Yeah, I think the first one came out 5 or 6 years ago, and then they had a second one that came out like 2 years ago.
Well, Seth, how many of the Harry Potter films have you seen? That's what I
thought. No, not one.
How?
I did not like the fan base when I was younger. I found people who were...
The movies are just still good,
dude. No. I mean, now I realize, like...
No, that's fair. I know where Seth's coming from.
Yeah. It's like, now it's like, I realize, like, I can separate the fan... Like, this, I love Star Wars, and objectively, some of the Star Wars fan base are head asses.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You know? So it's like, I want to go back and watch them. I'm actually going to Harry Potter World in May.
Dude. Bro, you have to watch the movies before you go to Harry Potter.
I know.
I have the complete set on
Seth,
Blu-ray if you want.
Once you get a feel from that world from the films, dude, the Harry Potter world is incredible. I went like the first year, second year it was open. Bro, it's so worth it.
I've seen parts of it. I'm familiar with it, I guess you could say, but I never seen a full movie.
I mean, yeah, you can't really be part of like the society and the media world these days without knowing some bit of Harry Potter.
I know he is like the chosen one because Voldemort tried to kill him, and he just got a scar on his forehead, and that Voldemort is trying to do something that is bad.
The scar in Voldemort, that's what you know.
He's trying to do something that is bad, and Snape seems like a bad guy, but he's a good guy.
Yeah. Pretty much.
You nailed it, dude. You nailed it. No reason to see the film.
There's a flying car, and Hagrid looks like my uncle.
Dude, the Harry Potter world, compared to the Star Wars Galactic Cruiser, you heard about this? Dude, this is a Star Wars resort. They call it the Galactic Cruiser. It ain't cruising nowhere because it's a hotel. It's one building with about 100 rooms. You want to guess how much it costs for a family of 4?
13.
No.
For 2 days, family of 4.
Your guess is 13,000?
Yeah.
I could prices right you, but I'm not gonna do that. 13,000. That's a high price. You know what? But maybe it's higher than that.
What do you think?
My guess is gonna be 10.
About $6,000 for a family of 4
for 2 nights
for 48 hours. Yikes,
bro! That's
yikes.
For some people, that's literally like a quarter of your year's salary.
Yeah, dude, and it really goes to show that the Disney, at least on the park side of things, the resort side of things, they are not interested in anyone but the wealthiest of clients.
I mean, I was actually literally having a discussion about this at my office today, where if you have a family of 4 and you're planning a week trip to Disney, minimum you are spending $5,000.
Oh yeah,
minimum is $5,000.
Oh yeah, dude, that $6,000 doesn't cover any alcoholic drinks. It doesn't cover paying for like a fast pass if you go to the park.
Food,
yeah,
like just little random shit around the park that your kids want to do. Like your kids are gonna want to get one of those drawings of them done or something like that,
dude,
or buy like a
they've
toy.
Gotten so cheap that they have this whole build your own lightsaber experience at the Star Wars hotel or whatever. You have to pay for the bag. The plastic bag, you have to pay for it. You have to pay for the bag.
I just wouldn't buy it.
No one in their right mind would. But
yeah.
Disney is not targeting people in their right mind.
Yeah. I would like to build my own lightsaber.
Yeah, that sounds cool. But
it sounds tight, but...
Okay, what do you guys think? Would you be Sith or would you be a Jedi?
Probably
Gray
Jedi.
Sith.
Sith.
I
I
think
go
I
gray
would.
Sith.
I think I would go Jedi, but like one of the Sentinels.
Okay. Yeah.
I would instantly be corrupted by that power. It would not take long before I was just like, I am not going with the flow here, dude. I'm abusing the shit out of this.
I just want to be unrestricted in the powers you have. Like in the old school Star Wars expanded universe, there's this huge character called Kyle Katarn from the the post battle Yavin era, and he was, or I think initially he was rejected by the Jedi because he's naturally talented in Force lightning. You're not supposed to do that if you're a Jedi, like, at all, even if you're not using it for ill purposes. So I think being a gray Sith makes more sense. Someone like Dooku, you just wanted to style, dress well, have some money, fly around, and that's
Or Maul
just chilling.
post Sith, right? Kinda.
yeah. Well, after his like crazy redemption arc in
Yeah.
Clone Wars.
That's an animated series I really need to watch.
Yeah, dude, I watched like the first 2 or 3 seasons as it came out, but there's so much more.
There's
now,
so much,
And
yeah.
I hear it's good.
Yeah,
It's
I heard
good.
all of it is really good.
Dude, I loved the 2004 Clone Wars animated, dude.
Yeah, iconic.
That is the portrayal of General Grievous that you need to rely on canonically. That's what he's supposed to be like, a killing machine.
Okay, I know I've said this to both of you guys before, but I want to put it on the record that it does not make any sense that the when
The Battle of Utapau.
No, so when he kills, okay, in the third movie, Obi-Wan Kenobi jumps down and General Grievous says, "General Kenobi, we meet at last," and then he kills him there. So you know that was the death of General Grievous, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but he meets him multiple times in the animated series, so why?
Well,
is he saying
the movies came out long before the animated
Yeah, I
series.
understand that, but just fucks up the entire timeline because that's not them meeting at last. They've met before. It'd be like if you guys came over to my house every time and it was like, "Cam, we meet at last." You know, it'd be like we met. We've known each other for a while, dude.
Yeah, that one doesn't really make sense. But Grievous in episode 3 is just a joke, anyways.
Yeah.
Why?
Most of the villains are.
Why would you take a character with such potential and just make him a laughing stock?
I
I
mean,
don't understand that.
Dooku's thrown together at the last minute, so he's not interesting. General Grievous is in the one movie, and he's so easily defeated. Maul, he doesn't die, but you think he dies
Yeah.
in the first movie, and he's over that quickly. It's like there's no, like, sustained villain other than Palpatine. And it's like, Palpatine's a good villain, but, like, he doesn't really do anything.
You already had 3 movies with him as the villain.
Yeah. I mean, he's also just, like, not, I don't know. He's not a driving force for you to fight.
He's
because
a
you can't really
background
fight him.
villain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he pulls the strings from the background, which is why the Yoda fight's so fucking stupid.
That was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yoda flipping around a little CG ball.
Yeah, with his tiny little lightsaber. It's like, okay.
He's fighting him the same way Sonic fights that guy. Someone needs to take Sonic and Robotnik and put them into that scene. That would actually be hilarious.
It's so good.
I would 100% watch that. Anakin gets his fucking arm cut off, a little gold coin scattered everywhere. That'd be hilarious. Dude, episode 2. Is that a good film? There's certainly redeeming factors to it, but it misses the mark in so many places.
It's been so long since I've seen it, it's hard to remember. I own it on Blu-ray, but I need to rewatch it.
I mean, whenever I'm out and about and I see a pretty lady, I walk up and I say, "I don't like sand. It's coarse and it's rough and it gets everywhere."
Oh, yeah.
I have a 100% strikeout rate.
Dude, if you could levitate a pear and cut it with a levitating knife, that's the key. That's the key.
Dude.
Ladies love magic tricks.
That's one thing that every magician knows. Women love magic.
Dude, David Blaine back in the day, huge. Absolutely huge.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude, I think to this day, still has a penthouse suite in Vegas.
I believe it. He's kind of I like magic, but I'm more on like the Penn and Teller side. Like I like when it's like what you're doing is not cool. It's goofy inherently. Yeah, you're doing stuff which is goofy. Be goofy about it. You know, Puff the Magic Dragon I think is cool. You know?
Magic as a dad joke is way cooler than Chris Angel Mind Freak.
Yeah. It's like, no, you're doing some weird little tricks, my dude.
Whatever happened to that guy?
Fuck if I know.
This Mr. Mind Freak. Pulled the greatest trick of all time.
Mr.
No one cares anymore.
He disappeared, dude.
Mr. Mime Freak.
Hell yeah. Dude, one of the lamest birthday parties I ever went to as a kid was a magic party.
Oh, really?
And it was so underwhelming. The kid was kind of a dork. It was like, this is. It was at the time in your social development where you start to realize when people are losers. People are chill.
Yeah.
You're like, this is not cool.
That was a weird social, but like it's right around like 6th, 7th grade where you start to realize that, and it's like you start to realize the people you're hanging around. It's like, I don't want to see you anymore, dude.
Yeah,
like,
it's not like you're being divided up into different groups like your classes. It's just a natural fallout into your comfortable position.
Yeah, that's when I was like, oh shit, I'm a loser.
Yeah. That's when I was like, I better just stick to the video games.
Yeah.
I was not a loser.
I certainly was.
Seth, what were you like in middle school?
He was one of the cool kids.
I was one of the cool kids. I was definitely a dick though. Throughout, I was a dick in middle school and I was a fuckboy in high school.
Oh yeah.
So
I was a loser in middle school and less of a loser in high school.
I mean, okay, but both the people that went to high school with you, I mean, it's
That's fair.
There were like 8 people in your graduating
and
class.
I wasn't even the coolest of them.
Yeah, there were over 300 people in my graduating class. It was very easy to. I mean, you know, I can't really place myself where I was, but I wasn't a loser, but I wasn't cool either.
Was there ever a point where you could name every person in your graduating class?
Yes.
No. But people I didn't know.
Yeah.
People I didn't know knew me.
Huh.
Yeah.
Weird.
That's the definition of cool right there.
People would be like, "Hi, Seth," and I'd be like, "Who the fuck?"
Dude, I had this weird experience at the school I went to because my mom was a pre-K teacher there, right? So like a half or a third of all the kids at the school, even the ones way older than me, already knew who I was before I was like born. It was very strange to go to school and everyone knows who you are.
That would be really weird.
I was a theater kid,
Strange.
so there's a number of kids in like the younger grades that had come to see the play who knew me because they'd seen me perform.
Oh yeah.
But that's about as cool as it gets.
Dude, oh man, school performances back in the day. In 9th grade, as part of the 9th grade English curriculum, everyone had to partake in Romeo and Juliet on stage. I got to play Romeo.
Whoa.
Only for like 2-3 minutes because there's all the kids had to get cycled through. That sucked. I don't.
Also,
wanna do
you
that.
die.
Yeah. Also, die. But it was.
Oh, what
was not
scene did
fun.
you play as Romeo?
It was some mundane scene. Nothing cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember in elementary school we had to do a bear show where we were all different kinds of bears, and the parents.
So
would
there's
come and
like
watch
3 or
us.
4 people in the play?
No.
Black bear, grizzly bear, polar bear, panda bear.
No. It was like there were like the climbing bears, and it was these people that were really good at climbing the ropes, but we were all dressed as bears, and the people that would climb the ropes and everything. And my character was Elvis Bearsley, and
What?
my
It sounds like a fever dream.
it legit happened. All I did was, you know how there's like the stage in the cafeteria. Maybe you guys didn't have that. Because you didn't go
We
to
did
public school.
originally.
No, we did.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
So there's the big stage in the cafeteria, and my whole role was the person who was like over the PA, said, "Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis Bearsley has entered the building," and I walked up to the mic and I said, "Oh, thank you very much." And then I walked off stage. And I think I only got it because I had a
of a
low
lifetime.
voice. I had a low voice, and so they just put me in this like Elvis-looking impersonator costume with like bear makeup, and that's all I did.
That is so weird. Dude, when I was in 5th grade, as part of the graduation from 5th grade, you know, kind of launching off your middle school career, we had a knighting ceremony because that entire
cool.
year's history was all about medieval history. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, we were given like these Robin Hood kind of hats, and they would put a feather in it to show that you passed the grade. Huh, it was cute.
Nice, that's cool, man.
Yeah, I was knighted.
I think 9th grade we did Fiddler on the Roof.
Ooh.
Played Tevier.
Oh, dude.
I played the lead.
That's kind of a complicated production.
It was, yeah. I enjoyed that performance. I played the lead from like 8th grade on, I think, pretty much. I mean, there's not a whole lot of people to choose from.
With a lot of competition.
Yeah, talented.
Back in college, did you do any theater work?
I took a few theater classes, like 1 or 2 theater classes, and quickly realized that crowd of theater kid is
a different breed.
A different breed of the people. I mean, when I was doing theater, it was just friends and classmates and schoolmates who were doing the play. It was just like you said, there wasn't a whole lot of competition or a huge pool of selection to choose from. So it was more of just like an after school thing to do, to hang out and extra time to see each other. But yeah, when I got to college, it very quickly became clear that theater was these kids' life. Like, they studied it, they loved it, they performed it all the time. And I realized, I mean, I was good at it in high school, and like I enjoyed it somewhat just because it was a small community, and like, yeah, like I said, it was, a chance to just hang out after school. But yeah, college, it was just like, oh no, they take it way too seriously. Like, I was like, it's not really what I want.
Yeah, I remember my school had a big theater program because we had like an actual like theater attached to the school. It was like a separate thing, but it was like attached to the school. And so they took it really seriously, and I did not take particularly well to the theater kids because one, they would do weird shit, like they just break out into song in like the hallways and stuff. But also a thing I noticed about them is like they had acted for so long that it seemed like they forgot
who they were.
Yeah, they forgot who they were, and they forgot how to stop acting. And so it was like always like they were just these like fake people to talk to. It's like, stop talking to me in the character that you've made. Talk to me like a person.
Or if you're going to, could you please not wear the Nightmare Before Christmas shirt? that was those kids.
Yeah, it was like, you guys are very weird. I do not feel like interacting with you.
I think my favorite performance in high school was in my junior year, and we did Seussical the Musical.
Oh, dude.
And I got to play the Cat in the Hat. And
nice.
A few years before, my dad, since I was a little kid, has always done like community theater, and I remember seeing my dad as the Cat in the Hat in a community production. So it was really cool to reprise his role as the Cat in the Hat in our school version of Seussical. And I remember that was like a really emotional thing for him, because it was like came like full circle for him.
Yeah,
that was just like a fun production to do with lots of color and energy. Then we did Mulan senior year. I got to be Captain Shang.
Nice. Ooh,
Nice.
dude.
Got to sing the iconic "Let's Get Down to Business."
I was thinking about that on the drive up, dude. My favorite Disney soundtracks gotta be Mulan and Tarzan.
Yeah.
That's it. That works.
Mulan just fucking rips. Love
so
it.
Good. So good.
And I cannot watch live theater. I get mad at it. I feel like I'm being lied to.
What?
What's wrong with
Like, I
you,
know
bro?
it's acting, but like something in my
You are literally. You're going to see it live,
I know,
bro. It's what
I
it
know,
is.
I know, but it's like I watch it the whole time, and I'm like, you fucking liar. It's like something my brain can't help but be like, I don't like it at all. I've been to productions because I had like girlfriends and stuff who wanted to see it or who were in like plays and stuff like that, and I'm just like, I don't like this.
Seth, you need a little bit of verisimilitude in your life.
I don't know what the fuck that word means. That word's too big, and I reject it. Okay.
It means you understand there's the barrier between real life and what you're seeing, but you're willing to look past it. That's verisimilitude.
You know what? I have that on like in like a Freudian sense. I have that on an ego level, but my id does not have that, and it does not like being lied to. And so like, I can sit there, I can be like, that was a really great performance, guys. But like inside the entire performance, just stop it,
dude. If you're gonna have to go see something live, Book of Mormon. Book of Mormon is incredible. I don't even like musicals, dude. It was fantastic.
I would love to see the Book of Mormon.
I looked out into the crowd next to me, man, and it was people from all backgrounds and stuff, all ethnicities, nationalities, dying laughing. It was incredible.
Probably no Mormons.
Probably not. Probably not. But dude, the people loved it. It was awesome.
As a family, we used to go like every Christmas season. Growing up, I went to church all the time, but we had like family friends from church whose all 3 children, 2 daughters and a son, were all did ballet, and we would go see the Nutcracker ballet like every year.
I did that once. I went to see the Nutcracker with my my dad and my sister when she was way younger.
It was like a really fun like tradition that we had. It's a good performance.
The music from the Nutcracker is unstinking believable.
Yeah, it's
Classic, dude.
Yeah,
iconic.
I love Tchaikovsky.
Yeah.
That's I was going back to an earlier episode we did, but what happened to like Russia really knocking it out of the park with music and film and dance?
Yeah.
Where'd that all go?
Yeah, I don't know.
Military spending.
Because you can look back on history and realize that some of the best filmmakers, ballet conductors and whatnot, some of the best of all time have been Russian
Composers.
They still have the Russian ballet team is one of the best in the world. Still,
yeah,
they still dominate ballet, which makes sense. Like Tchaikovsky was the king of ballet.
Yeah, but are there productions making it anywhere outside Russia?
I don't know.
Yeah, I really don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not all that versed in the ballet world.
I mean, neither. I don't think any of us are particularly interested in dance.
Yeah. Not particularly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to know a little bit more so I don't look like a fool on the dance floor, but
yeah, no, it's like
I can waltz. That's about it.
I go to parties and or places where people are dancing, and you kind of have to, like, if you don't know how to dance, you kind of gotta act like you're too good for it. But I don't know what I would do if I went out there. It's just like I don't know what the fuck is going on. Dude.
Oh yeah,
I've realized that I just have to make a fool out of myself and be myself, and then people. If you put out the energy, then it doesn't really matter if you're a good dancer or not. People will gravitate towards just fun energy and dancing, and just like will join you, and then you can start copying their moves.
I need that level of confidence.
It's not all there yet, but
I need to go back to the middle school parties where all the songs told you exactly what to do to dance. Like
cha-cha slide.
Cha-cha slide.
To the
left. Slide to the right.
Everyone knew how to do that.
I mean, honestly, when that comes on in bars, like, adults still love that shit.
Yeah,
because
dude.
It's like all the guys that have no idea how to dance. It's like
Cotton Eye
like,
Joe.
I can go out there and Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
I mean, that's why I think I'd love to go to like a hoedown.
Oh, yeah.
I learned how to square dance. Might as well use it. Now,
Where did you learn how to square dance?
I learned it in middle school. I learned it. They taught us how to
That's
square
when,
dance.
but where?
in the middle school gym. And that was part of gym class, was learning how to square dance.
Where did you go to school?
I went to public school.
I know. Cha-cha slide.
What?
Sometimes we
out
do that
out in the cut?
But never square dancing. That's crazy.
Yeah, I learned how to square dance, yeah. Promenade, yeah.
An old-fashioned hoedown.
Bro, you go to school in the deep south, bro? I learned how to square dance at the promenade in middle school.
Well, no, promenade is part of the square dance. Promenade is when you grab someone's arm and they're the reverse way of you, and you go in a circle and then you let go of their arm and you grab somebody else. It's the most fun part of the
I'll take your word for it, man.
Yeah, this is super American.
Yeah.
Learn how to square dance in middle school.
I learned how to waltz for a friend's quinceañera.
Oh, there was waltzing out of quinceañera?
I think it was just one of the easiest dances to learn, and so.
Yeah, I know the step of a waltz. I probably couldn't do it if you pressured me to. I know how to do
It's pretty easy.
What's the one where you walk backwards and forwards? There's probably more to it than that.
That would be the act of dancing.
Yeah, that's just your classic like back and forth. Salsa. I can also salsa.
Yeah, that one's really easy though. It's
Dude, you can salsa?
Yeah.
Nice.
Step forward with one foot. Use that same foot to step backwards, and then step back to the middle, and then do the.
Well, you gotta move them hips too.
Okay, well, Jake,
the hips are like the most important part of a salsa. Otherwise, it's just
makes the salsa.
Otherwise, it's just a step.
Well, I'm not very good at dancing, Jake. I learned how to square dance. It's literally you walk around a square, dude.
It's kind of what waltzing is. You do box step pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, last time I was going out of my way to learn how to dance. On the dance floor was probably middle school.
There's one dance that I want.
Too long.
There's one dance that I want to learn, and it's the crip walk. I want to learn how to crip walk so bad.
Jake, finish up your college education on HBCU. Jake comes back with cornrows to the next episode. Kick ass. guess. Well, I was gonna say, was the trend of songs just having a dance accompanied to them, has that gone out the way?
No, they still do that on TikTok.
That's what I was about to say.
Where there are
People
songs
still
that instruct
do
you on
that,
what to
right?
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's dances associated with certain songs and everything still.
Weird.
Yeah, there are plenty of
I've just not
dances
involved.
associated with songs, but are there songs that tell you how to dance?
Those still exist. Yeah.
Some Soldier Boy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Iconic.
Soldier Boy.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
But you know how Soldier Boy got huge back in the day? He'd take his song he'd go on like Napster or one of the other pirating websites. He would upload his own song, but he would label it as other people's hit songs. So millions of people over the world would be downloading the Soldier Boy shit. And like, most of them will say this is garbage, but enough people think it's good.
Yeah.
They're not mad about the download.
It kind of works.
It's kind of his method with his gaming console. It looks enough like an actual like a regular like Xbox or PlayStation that parents or grandparents not really knowing what they're looking for will pick it up.
That's the Soldier Boy brand. Just close enough to a real artist to almost listen to, but clearly not making the jump.
Except it seems like it's always been vaguely illegal, and he maybe went a little too far with the gaming.
That's also the Soldier Boy style.
Has he been arrested for that yet, or fined all of his money?
No,
I
way
don't
he
think
got
so.
away with that from Nintendo.
Yeah, no. Nintendo.
Nintendo
will sue for
of
anything.
all things. They go hard.
Yeah,
they go hard.
They will sue for anything.
They've sued children, haven't they?
They literally have sued
yeah.
children. Yeah. Did you see that thing where they posted on Twitter asking everybody, like, oh, what's your favorite Nintendo song? And people would send links to their favorite Nintendo song, and then they went through YouTube and copy striked all of them.
What?
Yeah, they basically set up a trap for them so they could copy strike
all
of the Nintendo songs off of YouTube.
That's brutal.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
It was brilliant, but it's such a Nintendo move. They are so protective of their IPs. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it works for them.
They are a huge gaming company.
Yeah.
I mean, they make they make consistently the best IPs of the three sort of console developers.
In far as consistency, definitely.
Yeah, consistency.
I have a Switch purely because I want to play their games. You know, like I can play the other two on PC. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, Pokemon soundtracks from day one have been iconic. They've been super like instrumental in my music enjoying life.
I'm thinking about picking up the new Pokemon because I've heard it's actually pretty good.
The newest one, Legends Arceus.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's an open world. It's actually really good. I mean, I really enjoyed it. It's different enough gameplay wise from your classic, linear routes and whatnot. It's not completely open world. You have like areas that are like different sections of open world areas.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, Pokemon are walking around in the overworld.
You have to actually like aim and catch them.
Yeah, you have to aim your Pokeballs and throw them at them, and you can choose to battle them, but they can also attack you if you're not paying attention.
That does sound like the next step for Pokemon.
It worked really, really well. It's a lot of people's favorite Pokemon game in the last almost decade.
Because honestly, I'm surprised they've gotten away this long with the turn-based formula. I thought they would have switched out at least by the time of X and Y, when it went 3D.
Yeah. I'm actually replaying my X and Y right now.
Nice.
Oh, Jake, I looked for red.
I picked one up.
Oh, okay, yeah, I have no idea where it is. Yeah.
No problem.
Classic Red?
No, I have a Classic Red, but I was looking for Fire Red.
Yeah. I found my old Game Boy Color and 2DSs, but no luck on finding the cartridge.
No worries. I found one. It was it's a bit tricky because it's really hard to find authentic copies of the Game Boy Advance games like Fire Red or like Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. There are a lot of like reproductions people are making, but they're not that reliable.
Have you seen the GameCube portable some guy made?
No.
Ooh, buddy, it looks like kind of similar to a DS. Of course, it has more sticks and stuff, but it looks slick. That thing looks nice.
Bad thing that you said that on the podcast because there is
a Nintendo exec listening to this right now.
There are a million Nintendo employees who just listen to random shit, and they've heard about this now, and they're going to get rid of it.
They get litigious with it, dude. Like Nintendo is to game copyright what Jack Daniels is when it comes to shirt designs. If you didn't know, you cannot make a parody of Jack Daniels. They will fillet you alive.
I'm not a fan of Jack.
But the design's classic.
Yeah,
so many
classic.
people put that on shirts. Be very careful if you're going to make an edit of that, because they go hard for people.
You know that Jack Daniels is distilled in a dry county?
Really?
Yeah. So the people who make Jack Daniels can't drink it.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
that's like those kids in Africa who farm the cocoa beans and then have never tasted chocolate in their life. That's insane.
I mean, you have to imagine in a dry county, you just go to the next county.
How do they know it's good?
Why would you go to the next county? It's right there in front of you. They're just taking a bottle or two home.
That would be illegal, Jake.
Of
And
course.
there's no
How
way
dare
someone
they?
would do
No
something
one would
illegal.
do something
No one would
like that.
ever do
I'd
that.
like to point out that when alcohol is illegal, people do not drink it.
They abide by that law.
It's sort of like marijuana.
That's right.
In the state of Maryland, unless you have a med card, nobody smokes marijuana.
You heard they put a bill up for legalizing it federally.
I did. I think it passed in the House.
I think so, yeah.
I mean, even if it's legal federally, it won't be legal on a state level yet.
Yeah.
But
at
it's a
least-
step in the right direction.
And then DC would be, because DC is in a weird place right now where it's federally illegal.
Yeah, it's the
And
federal
there's so
capital.
many feds.
Except marijuana is totally legal in D.C.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like, but if
What?
you run into a DC cop, you're fine. But if you run into a federal cop, you've just committed a Schedule 1 felony.
Yeah, it's
I can't imagine there are
weird
that many federal cops out there trying to bust people in
I
DC.
imagine
for it.
that's, yeah,
Yeah,
I
I don't
imagine
know,
they're probably going, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
crazy driving through DC how frequently you just smell weed now.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's great. It's hilarious.
Dude, you know what else also passed recently? I think in the House, and it's being sent up to the Senate. Getting rid of daylight saving time.
I heard about that,
Dude,
yes.
I'm
heard
about it. It makes no sense.
Seems cool to me.
Or no,
I'm with
they're
it.
not going to get rid of daylight savings time. They're going to get rid of non-daylight savings time.
Yeah.
So the time it is now, it will always remain.
Right.
Which I don't mind.
It
I
doesn't
don't
make any
mind.
sense. Yeah, it'll be really weird because then you'll have this, because Arizona doesn't recognize daylight saving time, but so Arizona doesn't recognize daylight savings time. It's the only state that doesn't. But the Navajo tribes, which make up a large portion of Arizona, do. So if they switch over, then you'll have this weird situation where Arizona will always be an hour back.
Huh.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. All of it forever. Arizona will be an hour back.
That's so weird, dude.
Yeah. I wonder if the Navajo will continue to recognize daylight saving times and they'll switch still.
Dude, yeah, I was Arkansas.
Walmart.
Arkansas. That's a real place.
Yeah.
Arkansas.
Arkansas. Well, Walmart's
I
from
was losing it a couple nights ago. Thinking about Arkansas, I'm like, that doesn't sound real. Like that sounds like it could exist
It's like
in America.
it's like a filler
but
state.
Has anyone been
No.
there?
The ultimate.
Where
filler,
is Arkansas?
The ultimate filler state is Idaho.
But Idaho,
They have
They
potatoes.
have enough clout to
Yeah.
Okay, but
be something.
You know the name means nothing.
Arkansas is just a concept. I
Yeah.
don't know what that means.
they got Walmart and Bill Clinton.
Nobody. I did not know that.
They do got Bill.
I did not know that Walmart came from Arkansas.
Yeah, Walmart is from Arkansas. The biggest company in the world, or one of the biggest companies in the world, from Arkansas.
You know 7-Eleven comes from Long Island?
Really?
That's actually kind of shocking. I know
Yeah.
they started out as an ice business.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they sold ice.
Yeah,
I mean, they still do, but
I mean, yeah, okay, but they sold exclusively ice.
Dude, one of the ways of preserving ice back in the day, or at least make it last a little bit longer, is you sprinkle sawdust
Yeah.
or
Sawdust.
hay into it.
yeah.
So you'd have this filthy, filthy ice.
I don't think they give you that ice. I think you
Yeah,
get, like, the block's interior.
Yeah. But it's like, that's kind of smart. Way to pack things in.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy that ice shipping was at one point
Huge.
it was like you could make
Huge.
mad money off of shipping ice.
Yeah, one of the first guys to figure that out was making routes from like New York to Jamaica, and he became rich beyond belief.
Dude, imagine nowadays telling somebody, "Yeah, I'm an international ice shipper."
And dude, back then you would lose 2/3 of, and on average 2/3 of all the ice you ship. So you got to pack that thing up heavy,
Yeah,
just so
Yeah.
it'll last by the time it gets to the Caribbean.
it's dude. The past was fucking weird, dude.
Dude, if you were one of the guys who could put a couple balls of ice in his whiskey 150 years ago, what?
What a baller.
What? This is the richest man in the world.
Sitting on a beach with a cold drink, dude, you would be so fucking cool.
You'd have to be a Rockefeller to pull it off. Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah, okay. I do love that like all those ridiculously wealthy people from the Gilded Age. Like I'm better off than they are.
Oh,
I'm like way better. Like I heard something about like Vanderbilt. Like it was like this huge thing that he had a hot tub. I have a hot tub. Well, my parents do. I just go upstairs. I don't even use it because it's inconvenient. You know?
Dude, so having access to just something like air conditioning, game changer.
Yeah,
game changer. But you know what's even crazier about the ice stuff? People have found ways to produce ice, or at least preserve ice, for a long, long time. I mean, like back in Mesopotamia, they would build these weird underground they'd scoop into the ground and then build like a stacked building over top. And the way that the ice mechanics works, it would keep dripping down into itself down the sides and help to maintain the coldness over a while. So they'd go up north to grab ice and then bring it back down to the Fertile Crescent, and they were able to keep it like 4,000, 5,000 years ago.
Yeah, this is sort of, you just got me thinking about this. You know, we have no idea why the Bronze Age. Well, we have some idea. There's actually a pretty good theory called the systems collapse theory, but we don't fully understand why the Bronze Age civilizations just suddenly collapsed.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like all of them.
Yeah,
except for Egypt barely held on.
There's
like we know the sea people showed up, but like we don't really fully understand
sea people. A little bit of climate change,
earthquakes,
a lot of war.
I mean, especially from the sea people who just showed up and just fucked up all these empires. We got we're pretty sure they're from southwestern Europe.
The history of the sea peoples is very interesting from what little we can gather. Like you get these groups that supposedly would come from Europe and then out of Greece into the waters and spread around, but you get so many different groups out of them, like the Philistines from biblical history. They were a landed part of the sea people who eventually settled in Canaan. Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, so the ethnography of the world back then is really interesting because it wasn't as homogenous as we might have thought it to be. There was a lot of contact in between people from all different places.
Yeah, I know like the Albanian people were originally from the Caucasus.
Oh yeah.
But now Albania is in the Balkans.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird how people groups moved around like that.
Sometimes it makes sense. You're like, oh, well, this place is way more fertile than where I come from. I'll stay here.
Right.
But sometimes you cross the Bering Strait, and instead of picking any direction and just going, you stay on the ice plain.
This is cool, you know?
This will work for us.
Literally, this is cool.
This is cool.
Yeah. And dude, what's insane is that the Inuit who live in Canada today didn't show up until the 1400s. And in fact, when they showed up, they wiped out the people who lived there before.
The Navajo were originally from that area. They migrated down to Arizona.
Dude, there's been multiple genocides in the Americas that, for the most part, is just unrecorded history.
Yeah. Yeah,
but we have the remains, the ruins, the sculptures from these pre-Inuit people. Really interesting.
What's really crazy is Polynesian people, where it's they lived on these islands, and then when like things just weren't good, they were like, I'm just gonna get in a boat and keep sailing till I find somewhere.
And how do you find somewhere?
Exactly, the chances of you finding somewhere are so fucking small.
Those people were going on a specific suicide mission.
Yes,
you cannot prove there's anything out there.
The fact that they found Easter Island.
I mean, Seth, imagine not knowing that there's any other planets in our solar system. You managed to make rocket tech, and you're like, well, one-way trip. Yeah, I'll see what's out there.
Yeah, I just keep going.
You insane?
Yeah, you'd be a nuts.
Pretty much
it's
the
wild.
Concept of the plot of Interstellar, pretty much.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. When there's
fully prepared to die out there all alone, pretty much.
Yeah, dude. And what's crazy is that if I remember this correctly, you have the expansion of people out of Africa up into like Eurasia and then the Asia proper. Some of them would go south and eventually end up in Australia, but then some of them got on a boat headed west and ended up in Madagascar.
Yeah. The people from Madagascar,
right back where you started. What is that? Well, how does that happen?
You know, we can track human migration by what is that called? Phenoms, like the number of sounds in a language. You
Really?
can track human migration by that because as you move further away from basically North Sub-Saharan Africa, it becomes less and less to the point where the Hawaiian language only has 12.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
And I never thought about it from that perspective.
yeah. That's why you have these languages that have like clicking and all this shit in them that we can't like even wrap our heads around.
Yeah.
Just as you spread out from the center, your languages get less and less complex in the number of sounds you can make.
Dude, have you ever seen written Inuit?
I have.
It looks like alien cipher. If you were in a Predator film and it showed up on the Predator screen when he's scanning people, you'd be like, that makes sense.
It was made by some missionary. Wanted to give them a language. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. He wanted to be able to because he wanted. Well, you know what the missionary wanted to do once he gave him a language?
Convert
him. Translate the Bible.
Yeah. Which doesn't really make sense. Of course, you want to share the joys of the Lord with people, but also people who don't know anything about Christianity. Don't they get a pass when they die? If you never had a chance to accept the Lord, you get a pass? Is that how it goes?
I'm not
Sounds fair.
aware of that. I
thought it. Yeah,
I don't have anything necessarily to the contrary that I can think of, but I don't have anything to the positive.
I think you're right.
That's how I remember it working.
Well, okay, so where in the Bible does it say that?
I don't know.
It sounds like the kind
I'm
of
not
thing that
a
would be an act somewhere, but I don't know.
biblical scholar, so I can't tell you. But
Yeah, I'll have to look into that one more.
Yeah.
But dude, language is so interesting.
Yeah.
How do you be an ancient interpreter? That's wild, dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
a lot of hand gestures.
Well, do you know how the first English people to settle in America communicated with Native Americans? They spoke English. The Native Americans only knew English because some of them would come back to England and come back and taught the others English.
Oh.
So they just communicated in English. You know what the first thing that the Native Americans said to them was?
What?
Get the
Can
fuck
we
out
have-
of here.
Can we have some beer?
Really?
The first thing they wanted was beer.
Oh, classic American.
Yeah.
always have their priorities straight.
Shows up. You got beer?
That's what I'm talking about.
Manhattan translates to the place where we all got drunk.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's what Manhattan means. The place where we all got drunk. Also, the tribe that sold it to us did not live on Manhattan. They just happened to be there, and they were like, yeah, you can have it.
Yeah, man.
A different group of people lived there. It'd be like
And somebody else was like, "Yeah, you can have this. I don't know who lives here, but it's all yours."
It'd be like if you gave Jake $20 for my house. You know? And then, like, when I was still living in my house, you shot me for breaking our deal.
Jesus.
And I come in, I'm like, "What are you doing here? This is my house."
Like, I don't know.
A beautiful history of just kind of taking whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes you pay for it, sometimes, fuck it. Whatever.
Yeah.
We'll get over
Sometimes
it.
you kill for it.
Keep making deals and then just being like, oh, wait, we want to kind of be there now, dude.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
The deal has changed.
You guys
pray it doesn't change further.
You guys move for the third time, and we promise we won't make you move for a fourth time. Seriously, this time, guys.
This is your place, and until we want it.
And unless they find gold or the land turns out to be more fertile than we thought, you're good. Okay, we'll leave you there.
Or we have no more space.
Or we have no more space, or like we just decide we really want it.
Yeah. That's the way it goes. And folks,
Keep a go bag on you.
with that, folks, I think we'll see you in the next one.
All right.
Peace.